Hey, man, y'all don't know what it is. It's your boy Amadis, man. And this is Promise You That Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit the bell so you can get the notifications every time we post something.
It's inevitable, you know. Okay, now we gon' see some highs and we gon' see some lows. We gon' see some friends and we gon' see some foes. We gon' be the pimps, get money from these hoes. Just be ready for whatever, you know how this shit go.
My blicky upon a dresser. Hey, man, whatever, man. Y'all already know that. Just having a little fun. Welcome back to Promise You That Podcast, man. Well, we're going to have a little fun today. I have a solo episode, but we're going to get into a little housekeeping first. And then after that, we're going to jump over into my message, okay? So, if anybody been following this story, right? I just seen with the girl Carlee Russell.
Carlee Russell has been arrested. This comes after she says she made up the story about being abducted after stopping to help a toddler on a busy Alabama highway. Russell is now facing criminal charges. Those are a misdemeanor, false reporting to law enforcement, and falsely reporting an incident. Russell made headlines after she disappeared after calling 911 on July 13th. She returned home 2 days later and told investigators she was kidnapped. Last week, her attorney said she made the entire story up.
She would now face charges. She basically did something that a child would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, try to go missing for a minute, like just to see if your mom and dad or whatever the case may be will care about you enough just to come and get you and find out where you are. But at the same time, she got to understand you're an adult. And you said a child was in danger. So by you saying that a child was in danger, now that is piquing a lot of people's interest. And they're like, oh my God, she's a great Samaritan and da-da-da-da. Really, in reality, you were just trying to find an escape. And there's nothing wrong with her wanting that mental time to herself or just to be with her boyfriend or whatever the case may be. But for you to make it be this global tragedy that everybody think that you was kidnapped. Out of all things you could have done, like you made everybody think you were kidnapped. I do think that it's a lot of nuances to the situation. I think she was really trying to seek attention from somebody. But that's something that she has to question her own insecurities or what she wasn't getting as a child. It doesn't excuse the behavior behind the situation. Like acting like somebody snatched you and you left your wig. Not your wig, baby. One thing about it, I don't care what you say. A black woman gonna get that wig, dog. Oh, yeah. Bro, you could be trying to snatch up. Oh, don't take that wig. No. You like, hey, baby, I'm trying to kidnap you. I gotta look good when they come back and get me. The world? Come on, man. But she just made it seem too real and everybody looking at her like she's just this good Samaritan. Like, okay, I would have did the same thing if I seen a child walking on the expressway. Y'all know I'm Christian, right? But guess what? I ain't even finna lie. I wouldn't have did it. Me personally. Hey, little man, you straight? I would have pulled up on it. You straight, my dog? All right. Not my dad. Jesus, well, no, I would have prayed from afar. God, lay your hand on this young man on the expressway by himself, Jesus. I ain't finna stop. One thing about it, I'm thinking about a whole bunch of stuff that could go wrong. Like, somebody could be sitting over there in the bushes waiting on you.
Gotcha, bitch.
You up, and that's what everybody thought it was. So I'm like, baby, like, what are you thinking? So you the only person like, look at that little child. Jesus, let me stop. I'm on the stank.
Y'all never heard of Juicy Smollett?
The dude, Jesse Smollett, I think that was a dude that pretended like he got, like he was tied up and bound. He was beaten. They started saying racial slurs and all that kind of stuff. Then come to find out, none of this stuff was true. If you seen this dude, like, career is over from this, what makes you think that you was going to be okay with this? Why put yourself in a situation like that? Instead of telling people, like, I need time for my own mental health and for my own sake, like, just to process everything that's going on, or I'm going through depression. Learn how to express yourself. You shouldn't have to act like you seen a child on the expressway and that was your only way to escape. Sex trafficking is real, right? So a lot of people was like up in arms, like, no, all these people trying to get her and sell her to sex traffic. And she's playing like that when it has been people that really have been sold to
Here
sex.
in the United States, there is a thriving underground economy based on selling children for sex. If sex sells, then business is good. Look at all the money. It was almost $1 billion in this study.
And that's why I didn't understand, like, why would you play with something like that? Now you got to face charges. And you're basically spitting in the face of people that are really facing sex traffic. You know what I'm saying? Their loved ones. So you're spitting in their face, like trying to play around with something like that. I want to know her story. Seriously. Still, I mean, I still want to know her story. Like, what drove you to make that type of decision? She's seeking attention from people. You made everybody in the world, like, up in arms praying for you. Some people crying because they understand the severity of the situation. And the whole time, like, you somewhere in a little beat-up roach motel chilling. Oh, yeah, they praying for me. Like, why would you want to put people in that type of situation, darling? Come on, little stank. Little head, I'm asking you this question from behind this camera. Little head, little lady, little dookie, little stank, little butt. Why? Why have all these people up in arms and frenzy, man, thinking that something happened to you? Little dookie. Come on, baby. Don't be doing that, little head. All right, man. Let's go to the next one. Recent news, LeBron James' son, Bronny James, he just suffered from cardiac arrest. We're sending our prayers out to him. We just got word that LeBron said his son is doing well. So that's a plus, right? But as a father, I know I wouldn't want to suffer that, like want my son to go through that type of situation and how I would be. Like, I probably went crazy, dog, because I couldn't take, like, my son experiencing something that I cannot control. So I understand how he feels. LeBron, my prayers is going out to you, bro. And, man, I hope he gets better, man. I'm not even going to say I want to see him back on the court, for real, for real. I'm just concerned about his health, like how it is going to help, like how it is going to, like, affect him long term. You feel me? Like, everybody always do that. Even with the same thing about Jamie Foxx. Everybody, like, he came back okay, gave a statement. When he wasn't giving a statement, everybody was like, oh, man, Jamie is a clone, and he really died for real. And just be happy that the guy is back. Like, we don't know anything about what's going on in his personal life. We don't know how stressful his personal life is. Only thing we could do is, like, man, I'm glad he's back. Me personally, I just understand from his daughter's aspect. Like, don't nobody want to hear that talking about their dad, and y'all are the one have to deal with that. Everybody's so concerned about, oh, yeah, I hope he get back to acting. Bro, I don't care if this man never put out another movie again. Long as he can be there for his daughters, like, that's my only concern. He's given us 30 years of material. 30 years of acting. He gave us movies. He's given us music. All of this kind of stuff. I just respect the work that he's put in already. But everybody's so concerned with, man, he better put out some more stuff, bro. And da-da-da. Like, I'm like, dog, be serious. Think about how this stuff affects these people. Because they're still actual people. Like, regardless of what platform they're on, they're still an actual person. So, with that being said, like, I'm just concerned how this may, you know, mess with him internally. I ain't concerned about Jamie Foxx getting dick, doing some more songs, and he better do some more. Man, then once he gave the statement, everybody had something to say. Oh, Jamie's a clone. Jamie's a clone. And they came out the movie. They cloned Tyrone. Oh, my God. Do you understand how much people had drawn so many emphasis to say that, oh, see, they just pinpointed. No, it didn't. Basically showing, like, as long as we have these three compartments, a hoe, drug dealer, and a pimp, guess what? We're going to forever stay in one concise place. Because we never going to want that cycle to change, right? Because we're always stuck into a cycle. And another thing that it showed me is that they want us to talk the same, wear the same thing, everything. They want us to have this same mindset. See, now we have the same mindset, then they know they got us. But they're like, okay, cool. Everybody trying to dress the same. Okay, cool. We on to something. Okay. All the women, they selling their bodies. Oh, we on to something. Now they're trying to get us into everybody has the same way of thinking. So guess what? Now it's easy to control us. Yeah. Okay. Boom. We just paid some little bills real quick. So we're back, right? I don't know about a lot of people, right? I know this for myself. Like, the lack of support will hold you back in many different ways than one, right? Because when you feel like nobody cares, it doesn't help you build the lack of confidence that you have in yourself. Especially if this confidence wasn't instilled in you. So a lot of people, they don't have that type of confidence. Like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do it without the support. But it is something that you have to do, especially when you understand your dream and your goals and the stuff you're trying to get to. Sometimes you gotta press forward when nobody supports you. Sometimes you gotta do things alone. And that is a very despair spot to be in when you have to do everything alone. I had to learn how to do it. But it also gets to a point you get tired of doing it alone. Like, I want some help. I want people to help me. I want people to be at my corner. And I was having this conversation with one of my partners at work, you know what I'm saying, real cool cat. But he was like, bro, you know what I'm saying, what do you do when people don't support you? And I had to think about it, like, I'm like, at first, it kind of startled me a little bit because it's something I struggle with too. So he's like, what do you do so people don't support you? And, you know, when people keep bringing up like the stuff you did in the past, and even with that, I was like, boom. So on the spot, God gave me a word, bro. And I'm like, whoa, hold on now. Like, do you understand? Like, when people, they have like settled their whole entire life, they will base your success and the things you want to do off of the mere fact that they settled for something that was like regular. And then I had to understand myself, like, a lot of people do not believe in the thing while it's in the starting position. You will catch some people just because you're their child or you're their brother or something like that, they want to succeed, they'll try to give into it, but not all the time. Sometimes people are like, okay, cool. You got something going on. Whatever. Until they actually see the ball rolling, until they see other strangers and people buying into it. And that's when people start to be like, hey man, let me get on that boat. You feel me? Like, and that's what I had to think about. And then they started putting their own theories of what they seen, of what they experienced. Oh man, that can't happen, man. I ain't seen nobody do it, and so that can't happen. So I had to think about a lot of people that was probably would have been discouraged if they would have told everybody their dream and what they were gonna make happen, right? And so when I thought about it, I'm like, dang, like, if Steph Curry would have told people that he was not going to be the biggest star in college, that he was going to come to the NBA, and he was going to take them to 5 championships in Golden State, based off theory, people would have told Steph Curry, man, you'll never bring the championship to Golden State. Golden State was not one of the top contenders for championships at all. At no period of time. I'm just being real. When they had Quentin Richardson, Jason Richardson, all of those, at no given point, they was like a championship caliber team. Never. But if he would have told people like, man, I'm going to bring a championship to Golden State, bro. Multiple championships to Golden State. Do you understand how many people like, man, based off their theory and them knowing like, Golden State no championship team. They don't like, bro, no, you're not going to do that. Like, then your daddy wasn't even great. Your daddy was subpar. And you mean to tell me You are Dale Curry's son, and you finna bring a championship? I don't even know if Dale Curry even won a championship. Let me check my facts real quick, right? Let me see. Hey Siri, how many championships does Dale Curry has? Dale Curry has 0 championships. So just imagine for him to be Dale Curry's son, a man that don't have any championships, telling people that you'll one day win championships in Golden State. He had the belief in himself. And sometimes we got to learn how to bring that dog out of ourselves to say, I believe in me. I don't have to tell you what my dreams and goals is. I don't have to tell you that. I believe in me enough that I'm going to make this happen. Whether it is theory that it's not going to happen or whatever, I'm going to try my damnness to make this happen. So just imagine if you would have let that hold him back because he didn't have the support. I don't even know if Dale Curry was in his ear like, dog, you could have bring a championship to Golden State. I don't even know if Dale Curry was in his ear to tell him that. But he believed it. So that is the prime example of a man that didn't have the necessary, like, everything he needed in order to be where he needed to go. But he had that belief system in himself and God that he know, okay, cool, I'm going to make that happen. I probably said it, nobody believed it. So guess what? I got to believe it more than they believed it. And then after that, what you start seeing? You start seeing, like, when he first came in the league, they were like, oh, okay, little Steph Curry, whatever. He's an NBA pro, whatever. But as time went on, what you start seeing? You start seeing more people jumping on the Golden State bandwagon. You ain't had these many Golden State fans ever in life. Come on, man. That just show you what happens when people start seeing you operate on a certain level and you start to win. That's when people started jumping on the bandwagon. Now, they would have seen him when he first got in the league. It'd have been a lot of people like, oh, I don't think that guy can win no championship. But now they see him, oh, boy, we know them boys, Curry, them going back for another one. And I was just telling them, like, just think about it. Like, we have to believe more than anybody. Once we start winning, that lack of support is out of the window. You're going to have people supporting you and trying to work for you at the same darn time. Think about Michael Jordan, right? Michael Jordan went to North Carolina as a walk-on. Come on, man. He believed in himself, went to North Carolina as a walk-on. And what happened before he even left North Carolina? Nike made making a shoe just for him to be in the league. How did that happen? If you tell me Theory would have told them, bruh, man ain't making to no league, dog. Theory would have told you, bruh, if you were just that dog, then how you get to the basketball team? Theory would have told you, bruh, he ain't going to the league. He got cut out 4 years from high school. He went to North Carolina as a walk-on. We already had dudes that was on North Carolina basketball team that had scholarships already. And this dude took and came and got on North Carolina team, made the team, and became one of the hottest players on the team. What? And one of the first NBA players to get a big shoe deal. To the point that, guess what? We are talking about him 30 years later. The man left the league, I think like 96. And it's 2023. We are still talking about him. And you talking about lack of support? Still with the lack of support, you got to keep going. And I had to learn that. I kid you not. And that's why I keep saying it. Because this is something that I had to beat in my head. Dog, you got to keep going. Whether nobody supports you or not. You believe it. Once you believe it, and you get alignment with God, dog, you're unstoppable. Yeah, you ain't heard nobody that did it. But I'm going to do it. Yeah, ain't nobody in your family ever break generational curses. Break generational poverty. Guess what? You can do it. You feel me? Like, never think that something is too hard for you. The only time it's too hard when you say it's too hard. The only time it defeats you is when you quit. Come on, man. We gotta have some belief system. Cause get what? That's why I stopped telling people what I'm gonna do. Because at the same time, some people know that a lot of stuff you say is just gonna be words. The others know. You feel me? You like, he ain't gonna do it. He probably gonna try, but nigga ain't gonna get there. You feel me? So that's what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta believe in yourself, bro. No support. I believe it. When my back up against the wall, get what? I still gotta believe it. Come on, man. Tap in. Man, I love this solo stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I get a chance to talk my stuff. You feel me? Just like the Bible said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Get aligned with the Father. Get him to help you. You know what I'm saying? Align your dreams with his vision for your life. And after that, spend the rest of your life trying to get to where you need to go. All right? But before we go, okay? Boom. We're going to say a quick little prayer. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we're going to get you straight, okay? Our dear Heavenly Father, we come to you thanking you for another day. We come to you thanking you because we want our life to align with what you want for us, oh God. And once our life align with what you want for us, God, we will see fulfillment. God, we will see progression. God, we will see the benefit of living a blessed life, God. And we want to thank you and we bless you in your holy name. Amen. And the I am quote is, I am confident in my ability and myself to manifest a better life. Man, I love y'all, man. This, boy, y'all want to know something, boy? Listen, when you ain't got no guests, you can talk all the crap you want. And I love it, okay? Man, I might give y'all more little solos like this, or, you know what I'm saying, with somebody I feel comfortable with before I have to do all these little funky little interviews and stuff. You feel me? Man, if you ain't getting on this podcast, man, something wrong with you. You feel me? Get your life checked out. Little crazy, little head, little doo-doo. We out.